Is it working? It's working. Okay. Hey everybody, Dr. Cool Whip again. I wanted to make a video to follow up my other video to talk about my Warlock, which has some of the other weapons that I really like in the sandbox, because my other file corrupted. So I went back in, made a new recording, and I'm going to take you through some of the weapons that I like to use as my Warlock, as well as on my other classes as well. But my Warlock is my main class, so I do have most of my weapons stacked up on my Warlock. To start it off, I'm using the Azimuth with the Cold Heart and the Button, alongside with the Transversive Steps and other things, high mobility, reasonable resilience, and good recovery. This build is very good. I would prefer to use the Azimuth along with the Ophidian aspects, which is something that I do. But this is a fairly decent build, and the reason why I have this is because of this chest piece entirely. Unflinching primary kinetic aim, and then special ammo finder for the Cold Heart. So I'm never running out of ammo for my Cold Heart, and then I have unflinching on my hand cannon, which also has kill clip. It doesn't get much better than that in terms of rolls for what I'm intending to do. So that's fine. The Button, it's a rocket launcher. It does rocket launcher stuff. It's whatever. I don't really go for the power. These are some exotic weapons. Vigilance Wing, we all know it. It's very good at 2 bursts to the body basically now. Huckleberry, I use this for farming pretty much everywhere. The Crimson, also fairly good. It's a little bit underpowered, or at least it feels a little underpowered now, but it's still very decent. Perfect Paradox, this is a good shotgun if you like the rapid fires. I use this a lot in PvE, but I do use it sometimes in PvP. I prefer to use full choke, but I have found that in PvP right now, rifle barrel seems to be a little bit better just because you want your damage to go out as far as possible. I have mine spec'd into reload, so it makes it very efficient. If I do PvE, then I use flared magwell because the range doesn't really matter so much, and you're just going to get up close and dump a bunch of damage into it anyways, and that's kind of the point. You just want to be able to reload as fast as possible. Midnight Coup. Midnight Coup is not something that I normally use a lot in Crucible. I use it a lot in PvE, but it is a very good weapon. I do like it. This is a weapon that I really want to put on the map. Spoiler alert, okay? The lightweight archetype of sidearms are ridiculously good right now. So not only do you get mobility, but you have an extremely fast rate of fire. If you have a finger that is capable of pulling a trigger very, very fast, this weapon is going to be your best friend. In close quarters battles, this thing shreds. Although it is competing with shotguns and fusion rifles and other last hopes and stuff like that, SMGs, this gun still holds its own. So don't underestimate this weapon. This weapon is very powerful. You can spec it for more range if you really want to. I prefer to have this for stability, but I highly recommend you try that gun out. It's very cool, very fun, and very, very, very aggressive. You have to play very aggressive with it, but it's very good. West of Sunfall, this is a very interesting precision hand cannon in the primary slot. It's got good perks, good stats, good sights. It's just a reliable gun. It has good range. I use the steady hand just because I like the increase in handling speed, and the stability is very nice. It barely moves. You can go with accurized rounds or high caliber rounds. Both are fine. And then you don't really worry about the reload speed because of the auto-loading holster. So that's that covered. Niflheim Frost. I've been using this a lot lately. It's very efficient at killing. It 3 taps to the head when you have kill clip procced, and you can use drop mag with it, but I don't recommend you do that just because if you're using something like a shotgun or a sniper, or like I'm using a trace rifle, you're going to run out of ammo really quickly and put yourself in a bad position on the map if you stay alive long enough to get to that point. Drop mag is very efficient in something like comp or trials where your time is pressed. But for normal Crucible, normal other endeavors, the appended mag is very good. 18 bullets in the mag, very efficient, very good, and the reload speed isn't that low. Now here's my Alone as a God. I have 1,500 something kills on it in the Crucible. I use this gun a lot. There are better sniper rifles in the game, as I mentioned before in my previous videos. I think the Frigid Jackal is better. I think the Veleta D is better. I think the Maxim is probably better. The Aachen is also very good, but the Alone as a God does stuff that other snipers don't really do. It has snapshot sights, genuine snapshot sights, but it also has the same handling coefficient as another sniper rifle that would have quick draw. So you have a faster aim down sight time than a quick draw sniper rifle, but you also have the benefit of having an equal amount of time to draw out your weapon if you're using arrowhead brake. Also, arrowhead brake happens to be built into the model of the gun, so I like to play for flavor. I think you're probably better off using something like polygonal rifling or whatever it was, chamber compensator, whatever the other perk was, the top perk for stability and range and all that stuff, because you don't go too much into a deficit, but Alone as a God is fairly decent. Cold Heart, this gun shreds. I love this gun. I love this gun. This gun is so good. It's so much fun. It's very good at killing. Longest Winter, the perk on it, decimates people. I highly recommend you do it. If you're lucky enough like me to get a special ammo finder, definitely check it out. Risk Runner, this took me forever to get the Catalyst. I keep it on me because it is very efficient. The upside happens to happen a lot less now that the Crucible has a faster TTK, but I do enjoy this weapon. It's very efficient. It is a good SMG at base, and that's fine. Shock and Awe. Okay, this is a cool one. This one flies under the radar by a lot of people. It's a high impact, but it also has backup plan. Most people like to use the Iron Banner version, the Wizened Rebuke, which is a very good one. But Shock and Awe outranges the Wizened Rebuke by about 10 points. And it has a perk called Particle Repeater. Particle Repeater constrains the bolt projectile spread, so this thing shoots on a rail. If you played D1 and you had a fusion rifle called the Vacancy, this is as close as you can get to the Vacancy. This gun feels just like the Vacancy. It has the torch sight, it's very efficient, particle repeater feels very good on this weapon. I highly recommend you check this out if you like the backup plan high impact fusion rifles. It's a very good one, you can't go wrong with it. Last Hope, it's Last Hope. It's just a good gun. Not much to say there. The Ikelos HC V1.01. I like this gun. I have mine always spec'd into magazine. The reason is because with Rampage and with the TTK the way that it is, you don't really have to worry about reloading as much in gunfights because you have an extra bullet. I have a high handling speed set up with the fluted barrel, and when you get the Rampage stacked, the magazine having extra bullets in your round or in your magazine is really good because you have more damage potential on the map, helps you fight out more engagements more often. Traveler's Judgment. I use this gun a lot. Obviously, I have 3,000 kills. This is tracking Vanguard, but I can assure you at least 2,000 of those are in the Crucible. This gun is very good. It has head seeker, accurized rounds, and the Farpoint SAS. I have mine spec'd for reload speed. This is a very good sidearm. I use it a lot. I sometimes pair it with Alone as a God. Soul Pariah 6. This is a niche weapon. Not a lot of people really like it, but I love it. And not a lot of people really run it the way that I run it. Phase Magazine is the way that most people will set this gun up. Phase Magazine is actually looking really solid right now. The 600s are performing very well. So having a 600 with lightweight is very good. I like it with ricochet rounds because ricochet rounds allow me to slide in, spray down, and then melee to maximize my coefficients with the Grave Robber perk, which is now, or Coffin Mag. Yeah, it is Grave Robber. That seems to synergize very well together. I use, I can't remember what the other perk was. I think it's Small Bore. But this is a very good weapon, very high handling speed. The lightweight makes you move like a bullet, and this thing shreds. Even with the 900, especially at the 900, I think the 900s have a faster TTK, but that's just me. Ikelos Shotgun. It's the Ikelos Shotgun. It does stuff that the Ikelos Shotgun does. It's very good. I use it a lot in PvE, but I like to spec my stuff out into the Crucible. The Ikelos Sniper, again, I use this in PvE a lot. It's fun to use. I like it. It feels good. Very snappy. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Excuse me. And now we get to the Inaugural Address, which is outperforming pretty much every other pulse rifle out there right now. I hear the Nightshade's pretty good. I haven't tried it out yet, but this one is definitely very good. I use fluted barrel on this just because I like the way that the recoil pattern to fluted barrel feels. And I also like having that extra bump in handling. I really do favor handling on my weapons because I like to switch to them and ADS faster. That is a benefit that I definitely consider when I'm looking at a weapon, what its handling speed is, because that determines your ability to access the actual power of the weapon. The button, it's a rocket launcher. These are all the exotics, yada, yada, yada. I use a sword. The video cuts off a little bit later, but the sword is Eternity's Edge. It has the longest range in all the swords, so that's why I use it, and it's got Whirlwind Blade. It's very, very good. King Cobra. This is basically the Tarantula, but rare version, but it's called the King Cobra. So this is why I use it specifically only because it's called the King Cobra. That's the only reason why. It's actually a very good linear fusion rifle, and I really enjoy using it. My video is coming to an end, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate the view. Thanks for tuning in and checking out what I thought was a good set of weapons in Destiny 2 Year 1. I'll keep you posted with my write-ups in the future, and I'll keep you posted with all the weapons that I find and like, and gear builds and all that kind of stuff in Forsaken. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. So have a good one. Adios, Dr.